often have a lot of customers ask us how we set up our boats, what we're doing, the purposefulness about what we're going to be doing with our downriggers and our long lines. So we use a Scotty 2106 downrigger. Got the braided line on it. One of the high performance Scotty downrigger. Fully fast. You can put up to 20-pound weights on this. We're running 12-pound stick weights. And our setup here, if you come back and look at the back of the boat here, we're running a 12-pound stick weight down here. And we're running our Chamberlain, which is a fully adjustable clip, which is awesome. And then we have our ball retriever set right here because we're extending our booms all the way out to about 60 inches. We want to be able to pull these things in so we can reach them, clip our lines and put them back out. So I'm going to do that on this one right here. With this one, we have a riser we're using now by Scotty, and we use our Scotty Orca locking rod holders, which are awesome here. A little bit stiff to get in and out, but that's what we're using currently. These can be tilted up or back. It's perfect for these really long rods sitting like this. Gives a little bit more spread on the boat. I put these downriggers here, and not quite over 45 roughly. Instead straight out because we're going to run our long lines here outside of that. So it's going to be straight out the back, almost at a 45, and 90 degrees for the boat right here. They're our 9.5-foot pole as well. Get them way out, nice spread all the way across. Our long lines with our banana weights. We're using an 1.5-ounce banana weights today. So these lock in. These have a lock underneath here. You can slide it back and forth. Lock them in and out. And you get them the rods out here. You pop it from the front, not the back, and push it back in. A lot of people go, ooh, struggle. No, put in there, pop in the front, pull this way, get the rod out of the rod holder. I'm going to put this back about 100 feet. We're out here at Pyramid Lake. Oh, at the very southern end of the lake. Running that wall down there from 60 to 100 feet of water. Fish all over the place here. They're not biting, but they're there. I've never seen so many fish one place in this lake ever. So, what's happening? The wind probably blew them down here overnight today. So I'm going to always put these downriggers, I'm only running 4. The ones close to the front are going to be the ones going to be deeper all the time, at least 5 feet deeper than the back ones. And I put them longer. I'm going to put them 100-foot setback on this one and 80 foot on these. Same thing on the other side. Okay. And then we put our long line straight out of here, and these same type of rod holders here. You know, anywhere from 100, 200, 300 feet, depending on what we're looking to start finding the fish that want to bite. You may find a lot of fish like now, but they're not biting, don't make any difference. We're switching tackle. We're going to go a little bit slower speed of tackle here. Almost got the line out. Okay, so let me get this, get about 100 feet out. 100, 101, it's okay. The tuna cord we're using is like 400-pound test tuna cord. It's like 400-pound test tuna cord here. I'm going to let a little bit of line out here so I can get my ball retriever and pull this line in. See, I've mounted the ball retriever perfectly on this side here. On this side, so keeping the ball coming straight at us. All right, so I'm going to pull this ball in here. The retriever on this. Ball retriever, pull the weight. You can see the weight all the way over here, right next to the boat. Oh, like this. See that? It's just swinging there. I built these mats out of some mats for for kitchens and stuff to keep the balls from smashing the side of the boat, and use these clips to hold it against my downrigger to keep it. The weights like to swing around. I don't like dings in my boat, so that's what we did with that. So I'm going to reach down here, and I'm going to grab my line off the end of my ball, load up the Chamberlain. I'm going to give myself some slack. I'm taking my hand like this, do about 10 twists. Slide my hand down. Holding on the Chamberlain, it's fully adjustable with this knob here. So I'm going to flip this up. It's adjusted to where I want it already. And I'm going to snap it shut. Now I've got almost unlimited pressure. I can put vertically on this. It only takes a tiny bit going backwards to release this. It'll pop right off when the fish hits it, and the line will go straight out. Okay, different than pinch pads. I like it a lot better because of adjustability and the vertical pressure. I can put as much as I want without setting off the clip. If I do it like that, grab my pole here, my ball retriever right here, weight retriever, snap it out. Let's let it back in slowly so I don't trip the clip. I can come over here, we can see that it's in the water, right over here. And I'm going to start letting it down. Here's the digital line counter, and the fish are anywhere from 10 to 25 feet. We're getting about 3 to 4 feet of sway back, so I'll put this on about 24 feet probably. Pull this lever here, free falls. Just pull the lever, lets it go down. Unlike the Canon, which I took up and down, the Scotties are awesome. It's free fall. No electricity, no power needed to go down. The weight's pulling it down. And it uses a high-powered motor to bring it back up. So you actually use less power, less battery drain with this. So get down to where I want, about 24 feet. Snap it shut here. Load it in this rod holder. See, this rod holder's got these little diamonds or triangles in here. See that? That's where you're going to put this little part of the rod, and you kind of slide it in that, twist it, and snap it down. And underneath the bottom here, you're going to see this. Lock that rod holder in here. It's It's really sturdy. I didn't know that it'd be so sturdy, so I'm really liking this system. Now I've got that spread we're talking about. You can see off this direction now. I'm going to drag whip and I'm going to pull this thing down to it. You know, pretty much parallel with the braided line. Load up the rod so when the fish hits that foam snap, this thing goes flying back, pulls that hook in its mouth and holds it in there. We're fishing barbless hooks over here at pyramids. You really have to keep your attention on the fish all the time and slip them up. That one's done. Back one, because it's the way it's set up, I take it and I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it on 45. It gave me some room to work over here. It keeps the ball from smacking the boat as well. Let out a little more line. About 8 to 10 inches extra line out here. And about 8 or 10 inches here. Okay, so I can get the ball close enough. I don't want to fight the break with the rope here. With the ball, the weight retriever. That's not quite enough. I'll let it go out. Maybe 12 inches. Gets it close, right up next to the boat. This is the Lexus 400. It's got braid on there and about 120 feet of 20-pound fluoro clear. I like fluoro clear. It's a great line for this kind of fishing. Any kind of fish. I use it for all fishing for myself. It's a copolymer that's got fluorocarbon coating on the line, so it turns invisible in the water, and I can use heavy line. I hate breaking fish off. We're not keeping fish, but I don't want to break them off. So a little bit heavier line than other people use, and that's okay. So Lexus 400 is on about 225, 230 yards of 60-pound braid, 8 strand. And I got lots of line on here, but sometimes they start running these big fish. We've had fish, you know, monster fish are just running, ripping, and we can't even stop them sometimes. So I want to make sure I'm not breaking it off, and hopefully we can get the fish in the boat. That the boat's going straight, we're not running into these lines whenever we're bringing our downriggers down. So I'm about 80 feet. Do the same thing here. My rod, wrap this line like this, and I can put it in the rod. I'm going to dive underneath here. So I can get in here, right into this clip over here. Reach under to it 10 times, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Slide my hand to the end. Take this, slide it right in there. Here, snap shut. Snap. I'm going to take the ball weight retriever here, snap it out. Pick the rod up in my hand. You don't want too much pressure on the Chamberlain because it'll tighten the line up. It's really cinched tight. It's hard to get it to come off. Put this back here. Need to get this out the back before I let it down, but I want to be able to get it in and out of the boat easily. Back. It has a release tab here for all the Scotty downriggers. Press on that, back and forth here. It's about locked in back here. And that one's at 24 feet. I want about 5 to 7, 8 feet difference between the two. If you get much less, sometimes they can hit each other. And they always have to be at a distance apart from each other, but they're not going to catch each other. So I'm going to go down to about 18 feet. Put it here. This one always has to be deeper, the one close in front of the boat. If not, what happens? Imagine this line is here, go down. You put this one down here, this is moving this way. The back one's lower, it's going to start smacking the cable back here. So what I want to do is make sure this one's always moving underneath the back one. If you set them up this way, bring them up and down this way, less chance of actually worrying about getting them catching the cables and getting tangled up. I hope that alleviates some of the confusion of how to use downriggers and such on the boat. The last thing I'm going to do on this side is put out a long line. So let me grab that. So I'm going to put this out with that 1.5 ounce banana weight, probably 100 feet, stagger 1, 100, 1, 125, or 1, 150, one from each side different to see where the fish are biting. You see I'm keeping it outside the downrigger here. I want to get way away from the downrigger outside when I'm letting it out so it's not getting caught in those as well. All right, so I'm almost done getting this out. Let's put it one point. Lock it in. Make sure you lock the front of it. Snap it shut. Check the line here. When we're trolling most fish, we don't want too tight of a drag here. We want to let the filter on so we can hear the noise when it starts running. So when fish hits it, we hear this noise. Then we'll go ahead and tighten the drag before we pop it up and down here. Pop it off the rod with the force. All right. That's setting up one side of the boat. We do exactly the same thing on the other side. So if you have any questions about this, get a hold of me, TNK Tackle, and recommend it all. I can help you with any type of boat setup you're going on. Answer questions about downriggers, net long lines, rods, reels, and all that stuff. We use Lamiglass across the boat. We're really liking that stuff. Mid-range, not to buy expensive, and it's all the same. I'm making sure I use the same reels and the same rods around the boat, so everything's very consistent. So things aren't quite functioning right or something's bouncing a little weird, then I know it must be some fish or something messing with the boat possibly, or something's wrong. All right, until next time, see you on the water.